Welcome to another Field of Glory 2 Digital League Season 9 battle. This is Early Middle Ages Division A. I have the Byzantines and Arab allies with versus Harvey LH's Frankish and Croatian allies. So, got a nice open field, shallow stream, rough ground, nice hill for us if we want it. This is nice. Harvey's standard strategy for wrecking my face in the Digital League has been to hide huge portions of his army in forests, and then wait till I idiotically trundled forward, and then sprang the ambush and slaughtered me. Luckily, he doesn't really have space to do that, so we're going to have a nice stand-up fight. We'll anchor on this forest, and potentially anchor on this hill. Let's take a look at that list. Solid light infantry options, 6 light archers and 2 massed archers. For infantry, your regular foot is his medium force. Defensive shield wall, your standard trash. This is going to be scary. Dismounted armored lancers. Above average and superior offensive spearmen. So my scutatoi aren't going to do much good against them. He's got good cheap cavalry options, both light spear and lance variety. And otherwise armored cavalry, again both light spear and lance variety. So I'm probably going to invest more heavily in cavalry than I've done in many of these matches. We'll stick our Dailami foot in this rough ground, supported by Bedouin foot, and our single unit of massed Muslim archers. There we go. Light javelin men will hold the wood. Good. Alright, now what? Let's get more scutatoi and archers, including the terrible Ra variety, because they should be able to hold a giant hill, right? Maybe. We'll have some Bedouin cavalry near them to zone of control lock advancing infantry. Okay, and one more in reserve. Great. 500 points remaining. What to do? Slingers, lightfoot archers, and light archers. Let's win the skirmish war. Might be an overinvestment. I can rethink that if I need to. Muslim spearmen. Defensive spears instead of the extra 6 for the offensive shield wall. And against an enemy like this, I want more lancers, I think. The thematic lancers and archers are cheaper. They're also lower quality, so they're not as useful against the superior versions that he can bring to bear. Might even bring the Klipanophoroi as a reserve. 119 points left. What to do? Bedouin light horse for one thing. What were his light horse options? Light javelin horse 1. That's it. Great. We're left with an awkward number. I'll shuffle around a bit. Okay, grabbed one more thematic lancers and archers. It might be a bit infantry heavy, but we'll see. I got a command here, sub-general there. In fact, let's shift more command into the infantry. Yeah, something like that. Alright. Harvey is thinking the same thing. With this terrain, no chance of me ambushing you. Perhaps it is your turn to ambush me? Well, I don't think this is enough for us to really pull off a proper ambush. I'm sure he will assume that I have basically this number of men in here. Okay, so what have we got here? Lancers and cavalry, cavalry and lancers. So he has both Vedi and not Vedi cavalry. 6 light infantry, 2 massed archers, lots of defensive shield wall, which will do just fine against my scutatoi at least. Irregulars for the rough, and more lancers, and more lancers, and then cheap cavalry. Okay. Well, what are we going to do about that? This raw scutatoi can move here and occupy the sole open ground. Our archers can stay where they are for now. Can push to occupy that ground and start shifting over here as well. Then with our cavalry reserve, we'll send tagmatic lancers and archers over to the flank to help fight. And we'll send one more unit to the right flank as well. And we could even turn this unit about and get our cataphracts in there as well. Next turn. Pretty aggressive so far, and it's fine with me. I'm curious to see where he actually ends up focusing his attack. I mean, I assume he will not be attempting to charge uphill here, but I can't get lulled into a sense of complacency. Alright, and with that in mind, we shift these guys over and get our super heavies into the center of the line. Occupy this spot of open ground here. Back them up. Back up a bit. Okay, and then let's shift over. And now our cavalry is thoroughly covered. And what? Could push the scutatoi out. Oh, let's wait on that. They might actually just be going wide for the hill. You know, I think I might, yeah, I think I do actually want to push these guys out. Next turn they can go here. So that should be enough to slow down any attempt to just wrap all the way around And if a few units, or like 2 units, make it through, these 2 can catch them. Very good. Next turn. All right. Let's see. All right, so we're within their maximum close range shooting, unfortunately. So, what to do then? Let's keep shifting these Roskutatoi over and keep getting this cavalry moved over. Then what? I could simply move here. See what the reaction is. Good. All right, and then what? I think for an area to attack, probably this cavalry wing isn't a bad idea. But worst case scenario, I think we would be situated all right to just advance in the center. It's not the best for the Lancers, but the Klebanophotoi are more melee units anyway. And we can force engagement with shooting. But I like to see how close in he gets first. Next turn. Hello? Well, alright then. Get the charge in. Ah, what a shame. Let's break them with fire then. Good. So he's going to shift all these units down, so I have to follow here, and then a gap will open up that he'll try to exploit. Then we'll block off the edge here and get up on this hill. So we need him to move a little bit closer, and then we can begin a general advance, I think. All right. Next turn. Okay, well, we're clearly going to have to press our advantage with lights a little bit to make progress. And now that he stopped moving, we'll turn back around to these two non-light units kind of press forward a little bit. What about the right flank? It's done that. Do I care? Armored cavalry, armored lancers, I might kind of have to care about that. Yeah, these massed archers in rough ground are rather difficult for me to deal with. I guess we might have to admit that he's not going to charge this hill. Alright, I admit it. There. Nice cautious advance. We need to clear this rough. And I think we'll need to either engage on the flanks or maybe this little salient here we'll need to push. And I suppose the alternative is we engage on this left flank and just swing this infantry line out. But our Scutatoi are only 50% spears, so they can't really do a great job fighting the shield wall. The Dailami and the Klebonforoi can do some heavy lifting, but I don't have very many of them. So, caution. Next turn. Alright, he's backing off a bit. Draw at a close range. Let's try to push. And what to do here? I think we're going to turn and move here so that next turn we can get 2 rounds of fire on these masked archers and start a push in the center. Here we'll sit for the moment. Pop out. Oh, give them a little shove. No big deal. Get some light javelin men to counter these light archers. Now we have 3, 2, 4. So let's send another unit down. Draw, withdraw, send our greetings. There, cards on the table. Alright, next turn we start hitting these archers. We'll see how far we can get with that. Next turn. However, he's telling me that he won't attack me because I have the terrain, presumably referring to this hill. Yeah, I kind of figured. I just need to find a way to attack where I don't get surrounded due to this sort of gap I have going on here. So, with that in mind, let's get to work. There we go. Now let's be just out of bowshot of this unit. Yeah, I still don't really like the situation because of the numbers involved. Let's see. He only outnumbers me by about 2 infantry units worth of men, but I think he has more cavalry on the wings, and that kind of concerns me. Need to try to pin his cavalry in and then attack. But in the meantime, do I advance? The open terrain here is a problem. I have all these infantry skirmishers, and they can't do that much. I think I just overinvested in lights, and I should have brought more heavies. Screen the melee infantry. What, 1, 2, 3 light missiles as opposed to 3 Scutatoi. Alright, these guys will cover the Dailami, these guys will cover the Muslim spearmen, and then we can continue to inch forward. Desperately have to avoid being outflanked. I think the problem is, what, 4 non-light cavalry to 2 on this wing, and then 5 to 3 on this wing, because I have my cavalry also mixed into the line. However, he says he's probably being over-aggressive, but hates to play defense. Well, I like playing defense, but it hasn't done much good against him before, so we'll see if it harms him to attack now. I'm skeptical. Doesn't really strike me as over-aggressive. Held firm. Here, let's do some over-aggressive now. Good. Force them off the map. They'll be back, but it buys us some time. Do something stupid here. I could charge here, but if I charge and make impact, I'll be exposed to a flank. So instead, we'll just take some pot shots of our own. Try to get behind. Okay. And that's it. Alright, Harvey says you'll match my aggression and raise me. So it looks like we're both just going to go all in on slamming together. It's generally a bad sign if your opponent is happy to engage in the way that you're engaging. But we're going to go with it. This flank is going to get overrun. But hopefully, it takes time for it to be overrun. Well, not at that rate, it won't. This gap. This is going to be the problem. Well, a problem, I suppose. Okay, wheel, and it's a long shot, but we're going to actually take it for once. Confront the light horse. The row. Good. throw in some more missiles. Normally I don't shoot this close against cavalry, but with the forest to our back, they should evade into the forest and hopefully get away. Alright. Sure. Cast some javelins. You can't do anything useful. That's great. Fall back into the rough. Oh well. Zone of control lock. So what do you do? Held firm. Alright, you straighten things out. Armored cavalry, lancers, lancers. We are out of charge range for one more turn. Okay, then what? Do we try to disrupt these archers? Do we see just how bad that is? Pretty bad. Shoot! Held firm, that's too bad. Could have been delightful. Alright. Hold firm, too bad. Let's see if we get disruption. Nope. Ah. Well, this is going well. Do we charge? Or do we charge? There we go. Perfect. Turn and face the gap, but leave the Dailami in front with their impact. What can you do that is less completely useless? Nothing. Alright. So this is going to a quick collapse, so we need to effect a breakthrough here. Next turn. Yep. Oh no. Well, this is a charming feature of the game, where it records idle time if someone steps away. Oh no, disrupted against Javelin Men. Ooh, nice. It's too bad I'm not in position to take any advantage of that. Oh yes, that's a fight that matters. Okay. Alright, stay at half arc then, you're going to need it. These two are going to get rolled right away. It's going to be brutal. Charge and just bounce doesn't work. It's fine. Huh. Really now? Alright, I guess we're just going to go for the auto break with them. Held firm. Alright. I think this unit will need the commander. Good. Get out of here with your held firm. Alright, so that's rough ground. And as tempting as it is, it's not ultimately very likely to do anything. Good. Fall back, very good. Well, guess I might as well see these guys off. Right. Don't think it's time to charge yet, and these archers we might need over here when the going gets tough. Can't go in yet, because they can flank us. This is a good start here. And this is a bad start. So we're each doing rather badly on the right. Next turn. Oh, how irritating. I was hoping to be free of them for a bit longer. Alright, so we'll lose these two units. If we're lucky, this raw unit will hold firm. It does. And that's not as great because they're uphill from us now. If we hold impact, we should be okay. So we'll be at plus 25 POA in that interaction, minus 25 for raw. Held firm. Good. And good if he's having to charge in with disrupted troops. Ugh. I guess that's what lights are for. Yeah, you're supposed to be winning this with your being up 100. Do a better job, please. Really, come on. Push in. Don't frag. How is this? Not great. We're only at +8 and we've taken casualties. As long as our general doesn't fall, it should be okay. Set up a flank nicely here. So we can only hope to frag them with missile fire to prevent the flank. Doesn't look likely now, does it? Held firm. They're close, aren't they? Yeah. Come on. Finish it. Thank you. Fortunately, we'll need to turn here. It's pretty bad because of being downslope, but falling back could just mean a cohesion drop, so it wouldn't do any good. So we could try it anyway. Do it. Fair enough. If I do this and I break them quickly, it's fine. If I do this and I don't break them quickly, I'll be setting myself up for being flanked. We're just going to do it. So hopefully we don't get flanked. Or if we do, we hold firm. You're going to have to run for it. In fact, into the woods. Oh yes. Our so far useless light horse. That I like. There. Now that's all in our charge arc there. Okay, this is respectable, and even if I lose this, I don't think I'll feel bad because I haven't done anything really idiotic yet. So it's just a nice stand-up fight. Where will they go? I think here. Then we're exposed. Keep that like so for the moment, then we can decide whether to cover these Dailami or turn about next turn and try to cover this flank from more cavalry pouring in. It's all pretty bad. Next turn. Oh. Well, that's not very nice. Especially that. Let's hold out, will you? Thank you. Okay. Ugh. That's no good at all. Held firm and held firm. Very ugly. I think we're gonna go down and defeat because we're gonna lose this whole flank. We're not making rapid progress here either. Held firm. Yeah, we're gonna lose these units here as well. Damn. We're a zone of control locked. Okay. Well, we need to disrupt them again so that we can charge again. Swordsman, come on. Held firm. Well, let's get out of cohesion check range, shall we? Run. The only way to avoid a check from them breaking is to fall back. So we'll do that. That's what we've got to do. Unless we can do it from here, we could, but we might bounce. What we need to save this unit of Scutatoi is a lock. Well, then we'd be throwing away our Bedouin light horse, but I think it's worth it. Even if it is only delaying the inevitable. Good. You're screwed. I mean, there's just nothing we can do. I could fall back, but then we'll break, most likely. Being fragged is an extra malice on cohesion checks. I suppose we could break anyway. Lucky us for a turn. Yeah, I think we're going to go down, but it's going to be honorable. Next turn. Very nice. Yep. Total cave-in for the center coming up now. Well, they did well, but they weren't really worth their point cost. That's all they ended up doing. Well, let's do a little bit more damage. Frag, too bad we can't charge. We're gonna get disrupted on both these units then. Do I dare to try to fall back again? Probably not. I think I should just try to hope that I rally, to be honest. Looking real promising there. Wheel about. Held firm. Oh, God. Guess I should have kept shooting. That'll get away. Alright. Well, it's even now, but next turn we'll see a collapse because these two units will get flanked. This unit will shatter, possibly shattering that unit. This unit will get flanked. This unit will cave. We don't have enough good things happening in exchange to make up for it. Next turn. Lights rallying up, not a big deal. Oof, do they break? Oh, they frag as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's about as awful as I was expecting. At least they ran that way for the moment. Oh, they're still firm. They're so annoying. Yeah, we've clearly lost this, but we should get some good combats in soon. Not that. Certainly not that. If only we had caught them. Okay, what does that do for us? Nothing. And they hold. Bounce them? Yep. Good. We're still gonna lose because the collapse that's about to happen there. And that cavalry recovered disturbingly quickly. We'll need an absurd wealth of rallies to survive this. That could help. Let's try for that. Held firm. Yeah. So the real question is going to be, What do we do with our cataphracts? There we go. It's the little things. Just do it again. Yeah. Now we're down at 9%. This unit, we have a chance to auto break in theory. Do we fall back? It wouldn't really do any good. So we have, what, 2 units to move. The defensive shield wall is still going to trash our Scutato if it's a downhill fight. So I think... Which way? You can either try to fight this way, try to fight this way. Cannot do both. If we do this, can we turn? No, because they are cataphracts. It's too far. Let's wheel around and just try to get into the action right away. This is down slope, but with our cataphracts moving in, hopefully that's not a huge deal. Alright, we're headed for a defeat, but we are going to get at least 1 more break in here, and if we're lucky, 2 more by getting a second one somewhere in here. Harvey says, I think it's closer than you think, but I hope you are right. Our Dailami has now killed 3 of my guys. You should run the Dailami army. Yeah, I probably should have. I was curious about this army list. Now that I've played it, I would say it is fun, but I don't think I will choose it in the future. It's a bit... the Scutato and archers are fun, but they don't really quite do it for me. It makes it so hard to build a line when you can't depend on your core infantry unit to actually hold the line. Well, that's another one down at least. Now, unless we get some more magnificent rallies than that, we are done for. What I could do is... Alright, that could hurt. Not too badly. And get the flank. Let's see, Lancers. There's no really good way to catch these guys, unfortunately. So, I made the wrong choice now. I think it's pretty clear. What, like that? Nope. Turn around. Turn around. Alright, follow them. What are we at? 315? There's no point in doing that. Alright. Too bad. You know, I think the army's actually in pretty good shape. And if only I wasn't so close to my 60%, I think I would have a good chance with my Cataphracts and Dailami. You know, my best units are still intact, but unfortunately everyone else is running away, so that's that. Next turn. Oh, very nice. Oh, fragged from a head-on charge. Nice call. Gets them out of the way of my archers. Who rallied? Ooh, Scutatoi and archers. Can I get them to safety, though? Run. Run. They've got to be close to auto break. That's it, we have to do it, and we failed. Now we'll get recharged and broken instead of breaking them. A break there could have evened things out and maybe disrupted this unit. But no, it was not to be. Forward and forward. Break here. Yep. Wheel. And what? I think we can safely push up here. Alright, a double break pushes us to what, 55? So we'll find out next turn. This really is a shame. I might have saved the day. Oh well, on we go. Next turn. And there we go. Such a shame. Oh, without a miracle rally to back me up, we're done for. Negative. Can be done. Ah, we've just sacrificed them instead. No, that is fine. Why not? It's just about over. I want to stay facing this way. Alright. Next turn. Yeah. It's gonna end before I can break another unit, I think. Unless... one more rally would do it, but it's not likely with so many raw troops. No, not you. Nope. We'll need to stand and hope. Damn. Oh, so close. If we had one more turn, just one more turn, we could do it. But we're not going to get one more turn, because they're going to auto-break and put us over 60. What a shame. It's close. Very close. Alright, so it is indeed over. If you'd had one more turn, this would have been a very close game, perhaps even a draw from both armies breaking. I've experienced that a few times, including against Ludendorff last season. A very good game. Yeah, despite my griping about wanting just one more turn, this was a very exciting match. In terms of what I should have done differently, um, I think maybe I should have kept my line contracted here. After he disengaged here, maybe shifted these troops back into the center so I could have had backup. Because in the center I had a unit double drop from steady to fragged, and that kind of wrecked the entire center. And while that's bad luck and all, it wouldn't have been such a big deal if I'd had someone to plug the gap, but I'd stretched myself too thin. On top of that, on the one hand, I kind of wish I had stayed deployed here instead of spreading out here. But if I'd stayed here, he would have worked his way around eventually. Maybe the thing to do would have been to push forward once he was working around, and that has risks of its own. The FoGII were, I don't know if they were worth it. They smashed through a shield wall, which was great, and that's all they did. So this 84-point unit took out 36 points worth of troops. Honestly, maybe I would have been better off with 2 more units of cheaper lancers or infantry of some sort. The veteran Dailami were great though, and they were on the verge of breaking yet another unit. So yeah, some notably bad die rolls here and here, but even had those. Well, this was annoying, but I don't think it changed the fate of the battle. Had I broken this unit, my Scutatoi would have been eventually overrun by being surrounded anyway. It would have meant, I think, maybe pushing Harvey to 50 instead of 40, being realistic. But this break in the center, I think, was decisive in ruining my plans because it opened up the destruction of 2 units here and a 4th unit here. And, that's a solid 15%. Or if I covered it, if I'd been able to save all 4 units with covering, this could have gone the other way. So I think the main lesson is don't get too eager pursuing. I should have contracted my line, even if I didn't stand my ground and invite the draw, which is a viable tournament tactic. I just don't like to do that. But I think I could have guaranteed myself a draw also by sitting here. But we fought it out and we had a good match instead. So well done again to Harvey. So that's 3 for 3 for him this season. Maybe next time. So good game, and till next time.